Hey everyone, this is a short video that's going to discuss a little bit about what technical writing is, particularly how we teach it at the University of Southern Mississippi. Some types of technical writing we will be studying in the course, and why study technical writing to begin with. So I hope you'll find this video helpful and a little bit useful. Okay, so when we think of technical writing, we tend to think of things like instruction manuals or, code or policies or analysis reports, and that's all true. That goes under the umbrella of technical writing. And it includes instruction manuals, but it's not limited to instruction manuals or policy manuals or process manuals or, even instructions for assembling a product. That is technical writing. They hire people to do that. There is a whole sort of rhetoric to technical writing that we will look into this semester. We will look at, how things are constructed and why, certain instruction manuals, which we're going to be doing, are more effective than others. And for the purposes of this course, the term technical writing will also encompass that which you may know as business writing or professional writing. And it's going to include such materials as a resume, a cover letter, and a website. And in fact, those are going to be our first two projects, will be a resume, cover letter, and website. So there are many reasons people study technical writing, and I think the first and most common one is to learn how to write effectively for the professional world. This does include resumes and cover letters. It also includes business reports, business plans, aforementioned policies and legal documents. That encompasses technical writing. If you're going to go into law, I think this is a very good course to take. Another one I don't know that a lot of us think of so much is to develop expertise about your own field. You're going to go into whatever field you're going to go into, and there's going to be writing about it. And writing about your field helps you to clarify and understand what you're doing, even if that field doesn't seem to, initially gel with, something that you write about. Lab reports are kind of technical writing, of course. But I mean, even, healthcare. Obviously, we need reading about healthcare, and we need, documents about healthcare that people outside your field can understand. So if you're working in healthcare, communicating, if you're working in any field, to communicate your field of expertise effectively to those outside your field. Because the more we understand, the more informed decisions we're going to be able to make if we're not in your field. And finally, you can use this to pursue a career in more traditionally technical fields, such as writing instruction manuals or website copy. Technical writing is a whole genre, and, instruction manuals, like I mentioned, are a whole genre. You can make a career writing instruction manuals. It's just as you can make a career writing greeting cards, you can make a career writing instruction manuals. So these are just some of the reasons that you might want to consider studying technical writing. And like I said, we're going to talk more as we get into the course about, rhetorical moves you can make as a technical writer, like rhetorical moves you're going to make in writing resumes and in creating websites and so forth. Okay, so there are three types of technical writing we will study in this course. Three projects we're going to talk about. The first one is obviously resumes and cover letters. That's the very first one we're going to be doing. And we're going to talk about what the rhetoric of a resume or cover letter is, right? So, like, what rhetorical appeals and choices are most effective in creating successful documents like resumes and cover letters? How do such elements as word choice and design and layout and typeface intersect? Why do these things matter? When is it okay to get creative with a resume? When is it better to play it safe? How do we write effective cover letters? How do we get the job? Pretty much. How do we get in the door to get the job? Because this is not, job interviewing. So it's writing. We will learn our next project is going to be, we're going to learn to create websites. And one thing I don't know that we think about so much is that we need to think about the ethics of a good website. And we'll talk more about that in the second unit. But we want to create websites that are not only dynamic and user-friendly, but ethical, but are supportive, but have a back end that doesn't mine data and that kind of thing. I mean, we're not going to, obviously we're not going to do back end websites, because it's not a tech class in that sense of the word. But, we'll talk about what that means. And the last project we're going to do, which I think is sort of fun, is instruction manuals, because we're all experts on something, right? And we want other people to know. We want to share our knowledge. We don't want to be that expert. We don't want to be jerks about it. We want other people to know what we know, so we can all, kind of contribute to this collective experience we call life and, do things. So how do we effectively and dynamically translate our respective fields of expertise into something the quote unquote layperson can understand? And, for this project, it doesn't have to be anything complicated. It can be like, are you an expert cake baker? Are you really, really good at changing a tire on a bicycle? Can you fix a computer? That's a little complicated, but yeah, I mean, it's, I think this is a nicely diverse set of projects that will keep us all engaged and will have practical import in the world. So, okay, so that is about enough from me for this video. I hope you will email me if you have any questions, and I look forward to working on all these projects with you. See you in the next video. Take care.